Hello. I thought to put in color to a gray day like today. And let's do a little bit of the terminal work. Terminal. So we're going to continue. Let me share the screen. So let's take a look at the second one that talks about redirecting, the redirection and piping activities. So let's click on the first activity. Hold on, let me think about it for a moment. Un momento, por favor. Yeah, I think it's this one. Click on this one. Yeah, there it is. All right, so we need to add all these classes to the actual project, but I believe we did that. We had enough time to do it on the first day, right, that we prepare. Now let me just make sure that I do have all of them. So let's see how many are here. We have AddInts, yeah, 20 questions, random sequence, and average. Is there anything in there? No. Then it's instructions. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is find where these files are in Finder, so we can redirect. Actually, let me rephrase that. So we can point to it from terminal. So my classes, my project is in a place that probably is not the same as yours, but that's okay. Here they are. So I am going to, yeah, they're both the same. This is the location I need to be in terminal. So the way to get to it is you either go to the magnifying glass, spotlight, and we'll go to terminal. So, and here we are. Remember I told you that you can clear this? Well, only if you watch the video. If you didn't watch the video, you don't know what I'm talking about. So clear is a command in bash that will clean up the terminal, the screen. Oh, I think I have my notes somewhere in here. Hold on. Where are they? Yeah. So these are the instructions in bash that we're going to be using. I'm going to leave them close by. All right. So when you actually start terminal, it puts you in a location that you would like to know where that is, right? So if I was going down here, users, myself, and you probably have something like this. Now from where I'm going, it's going to be a little bit different for you because I did funny things. Oh wait, but I wanted to show you where I was because I don't need to show you everything. Here, take a look at these. If I do ls right here, which means list, right here, over here, I press enter and take a look. Whatever is over here is also here. Finder shows what in the background is really happening in a very different way. I told you before that it's mostly to make it appealing and easy to use, but technically folders are directories. I always talk about everything in computer science is actually using references at addresses. So technically, you have directions and directories. You can look at it that way. It doesn't sound very technical, but it's good enough. So now I want to go from here to where my courses are, where your courses are. I'm going to show you just a shortcut. In the previous video, I show you the step-by-steps, which I think is been in the neck. But if I go to the exactly where that is in Finder, right? Then we're going to use that as a way to get there quicker. Watch. So right here, I'm going to go from this directory to this directory. So I'm going to say change directory, and here is the actual command for bash. So I'm going to say cd space, and I'm going to drag this folder right in here and take a look. All the different layers of directories or folders, if you want to call so, that I went through are being actually pasted onto my terminal command, which makes it so much easier. Oh my God, especially when you have a lot of stuff. If I do ls, I press enter, I should have the same thing I have over here, and packages at the end. Take a look right here, and packages right here. So from here, we can actually run programs, and let's do that. I'm going to close the, well, I'm going to minimize it because I don't need it. I don't think I need this either. So I'm going to close it. Yeah, this is good. We're good over here. I don't think I'm going to need this either. Let's see. We have Java, C for compiler, compile, and then we can compile any of the classes that end with .java over here. So the first one we're going to use is AddInts. So I'm going to say ADD and autocomplete with a tab because it's the only file that has that name, but then it doesn't know what extension you're looking for. So when it starts becoming, ambiguous, it's going to ask you for more specific, which is fine. And so I'm going to press enter. We have that silent compile that nothing happened, nothing went wrong. And here it is. Now I want to run it. Space, I'm going to say add, autocomplete. We don't need any of this. Now, like I did in the other video, let's talk about what does the class do? Here it is. Yeah. So what this class is doing is nothing more than, first it's asking for an argument, an input. And it's going to use that input n, as you can see, n, for the for loop right here. Take a look. So I'm going to put a small number, and then it's going to run as n number of times. Obviously, AddInts sounds to me like it's going to be adding the integers. And here you can read the documentation, and it tells you exactly what it is. And then we can display the sum right here. Inside the for loop, we keep on collecting more input, and we keep on adding it to sum. So in terminal, I'm just going to say space and the argument. In this case, I'm just going to do 5. And so take a look. Nothing is happening. You might even think that, well, what's coming on? Nothing tells me to do anything. Well, that's because you're using a standard in, and you didn't put any prompts in front of it. I mean, you could have put something in there. Please enter the next number, something like that. But whoever wrote this program was trying to be very minimalistic. So let's do what I did before, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then after this, we should expect to have a print statement with the total value of that. Nice. So we already had done that. So what else we can do over here? We can run also this one, which is 20 questions. Now, 20 questions is a lot of questions if you ask me. So why does it say 20 questions, you wonder, right? Does he use counter for anything over here? So that means that that's going to be running for quite a while. Let me see. Let me read this. You should be reading with me too. Yeah. It's like, does he ever end? No. Which is kind of obnoxious, isn't it? I would like to change this. I'm going to change this so now I'm just going to let it run, and I'm going to show you how to stop something that is running on in Bash in terminal in case that you ever run into a problem. So I believe it's already compiled. I'll show you right here, 20 questions. Here's the compiled version. So I don't need to compile it. I'm just going to call it. So I'm going to say 20 autocomplete the space. There is no argument. So I'm going to just run it. And then it says, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. So you can say 3. Although, let's go half the way. Maybe that's more efficient. Too high. So let's go 25. So we go by halves. Too low. 40. Too high. 35. Too low. 37. If I don't get this one right, then we're going to, oh man, I get it right, 37. But I wanted to show you how to get out of something that is running when you're in terminal. If you press the up arrow key, it will recall the previous commands. So all I did is I pressed the up arrow, here it is, I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to show you how to terminate this very quickly. Actually, I'm going to put a 90. Too high. One more and then I'm going to terminate it. What's the chance of getting it a second time right now? No. All right. So the thing to do is Control Z. And there it is. It has stopped. And now you're back to wherever you are. So, and I think I put it somewhere here. Let's see. Yes. There are different ways to end. Control C on its own line, blah, 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 blah. So it's either one of these two. Take a look. So based on what kind of operating system you have. Let me bring this to closer so we can see everything. There we go. All right, so now, so this was nothing really spectacular, nothing big. I want to do something fun. And something fun would be the following. Let's run this program. This program is going to print out n number of random numbers. So we're going to do that. And again, I believe it's compiled because you can see that it has the that class somewhere in there, random that class. So I don't need to compile it. I'm just going to run it, Java space. And then I'm going to do ran. There you go. And it's expecting an argument. Take a look right here. This is an argument that is expecting. So remember that in main, you have this over here. So that means that you have to give that right away when you're running it. One space is always necessary. And we're going to just run 10 of them. Enter. Press enter, let's see what happens. And here we have 10 random numbers, just from the random, from math, the math library. But I would like to have a lot more. Like for example, let's say I want to have 100. Wow, it's probably going to run out of my screen. Oh no, it didn't. Let's see, let's make it run out of the screen. Don't you like that? There you go. definitely we don't have them all in here. So what about if we put it into a file? Wouldn't that be cool? And here is the instruction. You can see it right there. So I'm going to recall it. I have first the argument, and then I'm going to put the angle bracket, the one that is pointing to the right. And that means I want to send that output to a file. In this case, it's called data.txt. So I'm going to type it. There is no data.txt, remember? We can look at it and here, no, not here. Where is it? There. It's not that data.txt, so it's going to create it by itself. So watch. I press enter, and you just saw that moving, right? I click on this, and here's that many. How many we have? 10,000 random numbers. Wow, that's a lot of numbers. Nice. All right, so what about now if I do something interesting with this? We can find the average of it. So we're gonna redirect. So we're gonna do Java. You can recall it, but no, we never use average, right? I think it was compile. And now I'm going to put the angle bracket in the opposite direction because now it's going to go into the actual program. Before it was going into a file, so out of the execution to a file, and now we're bringing it from the file to the actual execution of that file, that program. So that's why it's in the opposite direction, which is in. I'm going to take data.txt. And now if I look at the program, what does it do? It's going to sum, all the values, count them, how many they are, and then it's going to divide them by it. And that should give you the average. Press enter. And there it is. This is the average, which it makes a lot of sense. Look how close it is to 0.5, right? Because if it is truly random, even if it is pseudo-random, I should be close to 0.5. So, which is the redirection. The next one is going to be piping. And it's actually putting 2 steps into 1 in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Where is it? Well, I know where it is. Stop recording.